It was me and Kat Von D. Woo! Cat Stevens and Cat Food. And we are poisoning all the food at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Now,
so that they'll have to buy your food instead.
Thank you, because I could not remember why we were doing this, even as we were doing it. But it was because we had started a rival grocery store.
Yeah, it's funny when you get into some of these nefarious plans and you're so tangled up in all the ins and outs of like, how do we get into the store with no one seeing us?
Yes.
How do we get the poison into the food?
Yes.
How do we make sure people know that our food doesn't have the poison? And then by the time you're actually in the physical store, you're thinking,
there was so much planning. Why did I even do this in the first place?
How did we start?
Now I remember it was my idea, which is I opened my refrigerator and was like, there's all this food in here.
So much extra.
There's a broccoli.
Yes.
There's a pudding.
There was
thinking, this is basically a freaking grocery store.
There was a freaking hamburger meat.
Yes.
In the fridge.
Just like the grocery store.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, why am I letting the grocery store be the only one that does this? I have to let people know about my new store.
Yes.
Which I have invented in my house.
A Frigerator brand grocery store.
Yes.
And a thing of eggs in there.
Yes. And I made a poison.
Yeah.
With the help of Kat, who I had noticed a lot of the tattoos she's inventing are skull and crossbones.
Ah, skull and two bones.
The skull and two bones.
The skull and two bones design.
And she is putting that on even human beings, which is making them become poison.
The symbol of poison, yes.
Yes.
And I have a lot of toxic friendships in my life, and I have tried to sort of prune those away. There's so many energy vampires in this town, and I need my energy for me.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for not being one of those.
No, I try to be, instead of an energy vampire, what I try to be is like an energy fireman, and my hose is energy coming out of it.
Mm-hmm. And blasting.
And I'm blasting it into people's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's that much. And it's getting everywhere.
Yeah, I try to be like an energy, like enema doctor. And I'm putting, and I'm spraying my energy up your butthole. And then all the stuff comes out of you to make you feel clean.
And so imagine being friends with both of us.
Yes.
And there's a big fire hose in your mouth.
Yeah. And then
there's a tiny little tube in your butt.
Stick up your butt in the stinky part. That's right.
So we poison all the food with my hose. I repurpose my energy hose for poison in this case.
And please don't tell me that then you forgot and ate all the food.
Well, and I forgot even as I was doing that, I was really hungry because I have now turned my refrigerator into a store.
You don't want to eat from it.
I don't want to lose money from that's my livelihood now, is my refrigerator store.
Also, in order to refill your refrigerator store, you're going to have to buy food from this poison grocery store now.
I ran out of it pretty fast. Even like my sort of soft launch of my refrigerator store, a lot of it is going away pretty fast because...
Well, you got to give some away to be like, you should really try this. And then what you realize is once you give away 2 or 3 eggs, you're out of eggs.
Cat Stevens is a hungry boy. Cat Food doesn't eat anything.
Sure.
Cat food is food.
It's food, but for cats more than people mostly.
So not really useful to me in any situation. Can't be part of my store. Can't be a customer at my store. Cannot hold the poison hose.
And can't really feed you, or so we thought.
Yeah.
But obviously part of the story is that you ate all the cat food.
I got so hungry at the end of this. And I sort of got in my head that, like, once I have eaten all this poison food, that maybe this is why cat food is here to help me.
You gotta balance it out with the cat food.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I ate my friend.
That sucks, dude. Hey, that sucks, man. But at the end of the day, that friend, if they weren't holding the hose, if they weren't doing that for you,
my friend.
They're an energy vampire. They're not an energy fireman, and they're not an energy enema doctor.